Hi, we're back again live from the LinkedIn Hub at Advertising Week on day 2, and we are in Times Square, and we have with us Jason Fairchild, who is the Chief Revenue Officer of OpenX. Jason, we're happy to have you, and
Thank you.
I know that you guys are talking a lot about something which I definitely want to know a lot about, is this currency of trust. It sounds like a really big deal. But before we lead into that, I want to talk a little bit about relevance, because that seems to be a really big topic that we've spoken about a lot today. And in today's advertising world, I think the idea of relevance to go from kind of a nice to have to a more of like an absolute must have or an absolute imperative. But yet, I would say many brands are still falling short of doing what is possible. Do you see that changing in the next few years? Do you see a trend towards that?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, everyone is talking about relevance, and I think that what they're getting at is quality, quality user experience. And at OpenX, we sit between buyers and sellers. We operate one of the largest programmatic marketplaces in the world, and our job is to make sure buyers have access to users in a brand-safe environment, such that they can deliver a highly targeted, highly relevant ad to wherever a user is, and make that scalable as the industry progresses. We started back in 2009 as the first programmatic marketplace, and based on that premise, enabling brands to deliver customized messages to users, and that delivers a quality experience to users. It also allows publishers to extract more value from their inventory.
Mm-hmm. And I know with that you guys are also very publisher focused. So I want to talk about that. What does that mean? I mean, how, what, I know what it means, but I mean, what does that translate into, I think?
Yeah, so we exist as a company to help publishers maximize their revenue from advertising. And we do that by creating a marketplace that leverages maximum competition for every single impression sold. And we do that better than anybody else. And we also do it in a way that provides the most quality for buyers. Quality meaning they can be assured that their ads are going to be delivered to their users, their target users, in a brand-safe environment, in a very curated environment. Mm-hmm. And that creates a virtuous cycle. Brands get more value, publishers get more money for their inventory, and users get a far more relevant experience.
Mm-hmm. It sounds to me like this is right about where the whole idea of trust and the currency of trust really comes in. So let's talk about that. I know that that's a main focus of your panel. I believe it's state of trust in the digital advertising industry. So what is the state of trust? How's trust doing?
Well, for OpenX, trust is doing very well. We consistently rank #1 in all of the quality metrics. And the reason that's important, well, many reasons, but the reason it's important is that you have to deliver a good experience to users. Mm-hmm. And buyers will pay more money in an environment that's been curated and there is trust. If there's no trust, buyers won't buy. And if buyers don't buy and pay maximum value for every impression, publishers won't get maximum value on their end. So trust is foundational to creating a virtuous cycle that delivers value to buyers, to sellers, and most importantly, users.
Mm-hmm. Now, since you guys are in the business of programmatic, let's talk a little bit about where programmatic is going. Like, what do you see as being the future trends or the main directions that you can predict for the next, say, 12 to 24 months or beyond that?
Yes, well, I think this push to quality and push to relevance is going to be a very consistent theme. That's one trend. Second trend is allowing brands to reach their audiences across screen programmatically. That's a growing trend now, but that's going to accelerate. And I think the last trend we're going to focus on or see develop in the industry is programmatic delivery of premium inventory. Premium being guaranteed inventory that are sold in blocks of inventory versus impression by impression.
Wow, that was interesting.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. I'm going to go home and work on that one.
Yeah.
Well, since we are talking about digital advertising and so on, obviously, users now and target buyers have real-time access to so much information, which has really changed their journey. I mean, it's made it so much more of a random walk almost. So, in this scenario, how can brands make sure that they're engaging users throughout that journey?
Yeah, so we operate the marketplace in the middle, and our job is to make sure that buyers can reach their users in that marketplace, and that's a data-driven process, so that we need to make sure that all the relevant data, whether it's third-party data or information from publishers, gets passed through to the buyers such that they can make a relevant buy, deliver a relevant ad to that user at scale, and we're doing that. We're scaling massively, and it's all driven on one-to-one marketing, buyers being able to reach their target users with a relevant message in the middle. And that's what we facilitate.
Obviously, on that same note, I mean, mobile is definitely going to continue to grow.
Yeah.
You know, and relevance on mobile is very different than relevance on other platforms, and that's what you guys are obviously, you know, in the business of focusing on. Do you think our industry is really at an ideal state when it comes to relevance on mobile?
Well, it's a journey. So the first thing is that users are certainly migrating to mobile, whether it's smartphones or tablets. And again, our job is to create that marketplace in the middle that creates a quality environment for buyers to reach their users based on data that they have access to deliver a quality ad, to deliver a quality experience for users. So I think we're already doing that in mobile, and it's already scaling, and we'll see that scale just take off over the coming years as we've already reached a tipping point for users on mobile, and that's just going to accelerate from here on out.
So lastly, what do you think are the biggest challenges, or what are the biggest challenges you're facing now in terms of really being able to improve the user experience or have it be the most relevant?
So I think probably the biggest challenge for this year is enabling cross-screen targeting. It's very difficult for a buyer to recognize and deliver a relevant ad to a user on desktop, then on a phone, then on a tablet. So that's one of the things we're investing heavily in, and today we're good at it. I think I would even say we're the best at it, but that evolution will continue, and there's always room for improvement and to simplify that marketplace in the middle so it's adds the most value to buyers and sellers and creates the most value overall.
Jason, thank you so much, and good luck with all of the rest of advertising week.
Oh, great, thank you. Thank you.